guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video, I'm going to be watching most of the Disney Renaissance films. Now, I say this because of the Rescuers Down Under. Now, if you didn't know, the Disney Renaissance, after Walt Disney died in the 60s, Disney Animations kind of had a slow couple of decades, I guess, where they didn't release not really many good movies. Yeah, there were some, but it was a very weird era for them, and it's called the Disney Dark Age or whatever. And in it, there's a movie called The Rescuers that wasn't the best, but also wasn't the worst. But then the start of the Disney Renaissance, you have in 1989 to 1999. That's the Disney Renaissance, where they were brought back. The first movie is The Little Mermaid, which I'll be coming soon. But then after, they released The Rescuers Down Under, a sequel to The Rescuers. So I'm not going to be watching Rescuers Down Under because it's like a sequel. I haven't seen the first one. It doesn't really fit with all the other movies and everything. But maybe I'll watch it one day. But we're gonna watch the other nine, I think, of the Disney Renaissance films. And before we get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below which one of these Disney Renaissance films is your favorite. Because it's very hard to choose, because it's pretty much banger after banger after banger, like so many good movies. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay guys, so I'm about to watch The Little Mermaid, and this movie I haven't seen the most. I haven't seen it, I've seen it of course, but I haven't seen it a lot compared to some of the other movies on this list. I have seen all the movies though on this list. Without Rescuers, but we won't mention that. The Little Mermaid, I overall think it's a pretty decent film. It has some really strong points, strong characters, has some lower points and stuff, and I think the music's really amazing and everything. And I watched the documentary Howard, which I learned more about this movie and some other movies, but and overall I think it's a pretty good movie, but I haven't seen it in a while, so let's watch The Little Mermaid. Okay guys, so I just finished The Little Mermaid, and this was actually better than I remembered. There was a lot of the music. I'm just going to start off right with the music. I think they have some absolutely great songs. There was one song that I actually didn't recognize. It was like the chef's song. But overall, all the other singing was perfect. The songs were all very memorable and everything like that. And the chef song, the one that I don't remember, only lasted for 30 seconds. It wasn't even that long or anything. The whole... Edit that out, please, Chase, if you're seeing this. Not meant to be here. The whole animation, I think the animation still stacks up. With 2D animation, it's not really the most dated thing, whereas 3D animation can get dated very quickly. 2D animation still isn't mostly dated. There are some movies that are dated, but not this one, because this one was just in '89. That's when it came out. You got all the characters. Some people complain that Ariel is annoying, but I actually think that her character is actually pretty good. Flounder was underused in my opinion. You got the amazing villain of Ursula, of course. That was very entertaining. Then you got Eric and everything. I love to see the progression of Ariel. She doesn't really change as a character much, but so that's not the best, but it's still entertaining to watch and everything. You get to see, oh my gosh, am I losing my mind? The crab or lobster it's Sebastian, right? I'm either losing my mind or just having a brain fart, but, he's amazing, and then you got so many different awesome elements in it. It's a pretty entertaining movie, but compared to some of the other ones on here, it kind of gets overshadowed. And overall, a very great experience for a movie. The songs are pretty good. It's pretty good length and everything. So I highly recommend this movie. I highly recommend all the movies on this list. Actually, we'll see that once the end. But yeah, that was The Little Mermaid. Okay guys, so I'm about to watch Beauty and the Beast, the original. So many of these have remakes. Speaking of remakes, today was the Disney um, Investors Day type of thing. So that's why I'm kind of very excited today. And they're making a new Little Mermaid and everything, and all the Marvel and Star Wars, and my brain is exploding. But besides that, it's a very exciting time. But Beauty and the Beast, a lot of people love this film. I've heard people have it their favorite Disney film, favorite Disney Renaissance film. It's like pretty much either this or Lion King, which is people's favorites, which isn't the case for me, but I can still respect it as a film, and I like the whole story. It's a nice fairy tale story. The animation is really good, including the 3D elements. It's very early for that stuff, but it works pretty well with this. And all the different characters are so funny. All the songs are amazing. So let's watch Beauty and the Beast. Okay, guys, so I just finished Beauty and the Beast. And I'm going to say this was definitely really, really good. Of course, I'm going to say this with all of them. But, like, just how classic it is. It's a classic princess story, which I know isn't, like, a lot of people's favorite with Disney, but it has a nice twist. It has a great villain, even though you can kind of see the villain's perspective. You get, like, so many great, not really, there's, like, a good message in it. You got a bunch of side characters that are funny and teach things, and it's amazing. Like with all the, how would I categorize them? Like Mrs. Potts and Chip and those, people. It's really cool to see how they are in their like, form like that. And then you got Lumiere and Cogsworth is that's his name, right? But then you got the whole story with the Beast, and you get to see the Beast's character art pretty well. Belle doesn't change the most, but still very great. You get to see the beginning, like that opening song, just you get to see the entire world and gives us our like setting very nicely and everything. And then the change of setting when they go into the castle, you're kind of like from Belle's perspective, because she thinks it's all dark and scary, then she doesn't want to go to dinner. Then right at dinner where you get be our guest, like from Belle's perspective, she's like, maybe that's not bad after all, and that's what you feel. So it's really good, the connecting you to the character. The type of like message it's trying to tell of being like, I'm pretty sure this is the message I got from it, but it's like, doesn't matter how they look, just like you can love anyone that type of thing. But then it's kind of backhanded because at the end they all change into human form. So it's very weird. It's kind of like don't judge a book by its cover, but then they change the book. It's kind of like that. You got the whole Rose plot line. That's very interesting. It's a very like weird plot line. You have to. It's kind of now Shrek. I get where Shrek got this from. Got that whole thing from was this type of thing, and then I don't know. It's just very. It's a very great movie. Like when they implement the CGI with it, I thought that was really good. Like, of course you can tell now, but still not like bad. I wouldn't call it bad because they sparsely use it, and I feel like that was the best way to use it back at this time when it still wasn't fully developed, but would help so that you didn't have to animate each one of those frames. You got Gaston's song. That is an amazing song. But overall, this is a really great, enjoyable movie. But I don't know what next up is. Whatever movie is next up, we'll watch it. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch Aladdin. Now, Aladdin is very. I feel like this is the one that I've watched the most. I kind of have some nostalgia for it, but I don't know. I just really love the story. The genie is amazing. Robin Williams has a great performance, and I feel like it's kind of underrated. The music, I love all the songs. And I've learned like the history of how they made this movie, so I really am interested in this movie. It's one of my favorites. So let's watch Aladdin. Okay, guys, so I just finished Aladdin, and I am gonna say this movie so good. From the music, how it starts off with the amazing opening song, I feel like it's very underrated with Arabian Nights, and then you get like one jump, and then you got just all these different songs. You got the opening where they have the kind of the guy at the marketplace, and he's telling the whole story of Aladdin and the genie and everything. They include some weird CGI elements. They're trying to include it more, kind of like how they did in Beauty and the Beast. Except it doesn't work as well. Like the Tape of Wonders looks fun, like on the outside and everything, because it's dark. When you're in the Tape of Wonders, I don't know, it just looks all weird. It wasn't ready yet for this film, because they used not a lot, but like more than they needed to for it. I feel like A Whole New World is the best duet in cinematic history. And if you have a better idea of one, comment that down below and I might check it out. But it's just an amazing duet. From the Three Wishes, he like kind of tricked Genie at the first one. I don't know, it's just such a good story. I think I did watch a film theory video that was saying that he still has 2 wishes left, because he wasn't fully made a prince because he's able to be turned back and stuff, so technically he wasn't fully a prince, so that didn't count as one wish, and he never actually wished when he was below the ocean, so technically he has 2 wishes. But if you can look past that, it's honestly, like, of course everyone remembers this for the genie, but no one ranks it, like, people rank it in the middle of the Disney Renaissance, and I feel like it should be up there at the top with, like, Beauty and the Beast and Lion King. It's honestly a really great film. The animation's really good, and I just loved it. It's just such a classic film. But I don't know what is next up. I think next up is Mulan. No, that's not right. Whatever next up, we'll watch. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch The Lion King. Now, for a lot of people, this is their favorite of the Disney Renaissance. Now, I enjoy it, but it's definitely not my favorite. It's very great with the animation. The story is such a classic. The songs are pretty good. There's some really good. There's some ones that are like decent. But I haven't watched it in a while, so I'm excited to rewatch it. So let's watch The Lion King. Okay, guys, so I just finished The Lion King, and I'm gonna say this was really entertaining. Of course, as all of them are. The music is super good. The animation is some of the best. There's really great fight choreography, which is surprising. I love all the characters in it. It's a really great story. Got James Earl Jones as Mufasa. He has like a great voice for Mufasa and just so good. The lighting and everything, the stampede looks amazing. The CGI they use in that is like the perfect amount that you can't even notice at all. It hasn't aged. It's so timeless and perfect. I can see how this is like, it's not my personal favorite, but I can see how all of them you would say it's the best. Objectively, it's the best. It has everything that you want. The songs are all bangers. I just can't wait to be king. The colors change and it's so vibrant. It's so good. And then you got Timon and Pumbaa, they're so great. And then you get to see it's like honestly you can't really say, oh, this part's bad. Nothing's really bad about it. Then you got Star's song that gives like chills. It's so good. Honestly, some of the best in here. All the different characters, as I've said, and like you got Spirit Mufasa and everything. Then the ending where it's all like red lighting, and you get to see like Star and Simba like just fight it out. Some of the best stuff ever. But yeah, that was Lion King. It is such a great movie, and I still don't know what's next up for the next movie. But whatever it is, let's watch it. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch Pocahontas. Now, this movie, I don't enjoy that much. It's just a personal thing. A lot of people don't like it. The villain is weak. The whole story is kind of bland. They kind of base it off of real life, but then change so many things. I don't know. It's just a forgettable movie. I don't really remember the plot. But let's watch Pocahontas. Okay, guys, so I just finished Pocahontas, and it was average, I guess. The story's kind of bland. The characters are all pretty much bland. The songs, there's only like one good song with Colors of the Wind. The animation's fine, of course, it's Disney. Her hair is very weird. The hair is annoying me. It's just like a black splodge with like blue lines, and that's kind of it. I don't know. There are some design aspects that were kind of weird on it. I don't know. It's just the villain was bad. Like, pretty much, like, it was just an average Disney movie. Like, ugh. It felt like it should have been released like a couple decades before. It felt like a more Silver Age Disney film. I don't know. It didn't feel right with the Disney Renaissance. I don't know, but I don't really know. It's just kind of there. But next up is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, however you want to say it. I feel like this movie is very underrated. I feel like it gets a lot of backlash because of the, like, stone troll characters, but honestly, it has a really serious tone. The villain is so underrated. It has some amazing music. Main character is so amazing. The love interest is so amazing, and it like includes CGI nicely. I've seen it more recently than some of the others, but I still haven't seen it in a while. But I'm pretty excited to rewatch this movie. It's always a good, entertaining one. So let's watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Okay, guys, so I just finished The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I thought it was really good. So just starting out with the music, pretty much most of the songs really good. A Guy Like You is honestly just the outcast here. It's not good. The characters with it are not good. The whole just like song's not that good. But the best song, honestly, like one of my favorite Disney songs, maybe like my favorite Disney song, Hellfire. That song is so good. Best villain song ever. It was just so amazing. Some of the flaws were the statue guys, I guess, where they were trying to be like a genie. It was kind of that feel, giving pop culture references. Don't make sense back then. It was just trying to imitate what they found out were successful. But that was honestly the big, like, point. Everything else was pretty entertaining. All the other characters really good. Esmeralda was really good. Can't think of the villain's name right now, but he is amazing. Like Esmeralda, she did a really, it was like a really good job portraying, um, like her character was probably really good, that doesn't make sense, was really entertaining to watch. Quasimodo was, of course, great. I feel like, even though he's the main character, kinda underused. I don't know, it was just kind of weird. And then I really wish that it was Esmeralda and him at the end instead of the other guy. I mean, the other guy wasn't bad, I guess. And honestly, there's a lot of good action, good blend with CGI. All of the songs are amazing, except for A Guy Like You. But this is overall a really solid and very underrated film made by Disney, and it needs more love because it's not well appreciated. But next up, we have Hercules. So let's watch that. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch Hercules, and Hercules, I feel like, is a pretty underrated film. It's more, people consider it a boys' film, which I don't get that, because it's very entertaining for everyone and everything. I love Greek mythology. I'm obsessed with anything like that. The, like, animation style they have in this, it's a very nice design choice, very abstract. I love that part of it. And the songs are pretty good, and they have some really good ones. The voice actors are amazing. So let's watch Hercules. Okay, guys, so I just finished Hercules, and this movie was really good. First up, I'm gonna start with the animation. It has a really great design, very stylistic, like with all the different circles and everything, and like the swirls. It looks very cool and like very derivative of the like kind of old ancient Greek art and pottery and stuff with like designs on it. That's pretty much what it's based off of. It's really cool that way. The songs, there are some amazing songs. It has a kind of gospel feel with the music with some of them, like Zero to Hero, so good. Go the Distance, like the vocals are amazing, but the instrumental makes it 10 times like better. They include some CGI with like a monster, not not the best. I would say it was kind of worse than some of the ones that came before this. The whole storyline's really good. Hercules is a pretty much character. Meg is very underrated. She honestly should be like a Disney princess type of character. Well, like she's not one, but she should be in that like type of Hall of Fame. She's so underrated. Great character. You got Phil, pretty sure voiced by Danny DeVito. Pretty funny, a great mentor. You got all the gods. It's really cool to get the Greek mythology and everything. And then also Hades. He's really funny and a great villain. And the Meg twist, you kind of know it's there, but then like you can kind of see it. So honestly, it's a really great aspect. It's really a great movie all around, and I feel like underappreciated, but still, it gets it's pretty much a pretty good film that Disney has made. There are some flaws with it. It's like not the most entertaining. The action's a little dull. But overall, I think it's a really good movie. But next up is Mulan. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch Mulan. Now, Mulan, I feel like it's pretty good. It shows a great message. The songs, they're pretty good. Mushu's a great side character. Mulan's a pretty good character. I do think is a little boring at points, but still overall pretty good. You got the love interest, the villain's kind of bland, but still really good overall, and one of the best songs ever with Let's Get Down to Business, or whatever it's actually called. But let's watch Mulan. Okay, guys, so I just finished Mulan, and I'm gonna say I really enjoyed it. Starting off with the animation was really good. I feel like it was really crisp in this one, like more than usual, and it had some really good design, more of a classic Disney rather than Hercules, but still it's just perfect. And the good use of CGI, especially when the avalanche and everything with the Hun showing down, it's really cool and really well used, and didn't seem like it was any overuse, and it wasn't bad at all. It looked all really good. And then the songs, they're most of them I feel like most of them are forgettable. There are a few like good ones here and there, like Reflection and Let's Get Down to Business. But overall, the songs aren't the most important part of this movie, especially this one. I feel like the songs should be taken away and it would still be the same. But I will say, Let's Get Down to Business is one of like the best, and it really moves the plot forward really well. It really builds off of everything. So that one is like one of the best in all of Disney. Then you got the characters. Mulan I actually thought was more entertaining than I remember. Then you got Li Shang, I think that's his name. He was really entertaining to see his character growth, and all the other characters around them, they all grow and for acceptance, and there's like a denial stage. There was a really good turning point in the movie where they had the like whole town on fire. That was a good turning point. Mushu, he started out kind of just like, this feels like Donkey because it's the same voice actor, even though Donkey was after. It just feels like that. But then it grew on me, and I could see the differences between the two characters, and Mushu started to grow on me. And then you have the avalanche scene, and you get to see Mulan and like everywhere. It's just perfect. It's a really good, entertaining film. The ending, I feel like the middle part's the best. The ending, it's still pretty good, but still a little bit weaker and could have had more of a like impact. But otherwise, I thought it was really entertaining and really good overall. But next up, we have the final movie, Tarzan. Okay, guys, so I'm about to watch Tarzan, the final movie, and Tarzan is one I haven't seen the most. It's the only non-musical out of all of these, which is an interesting choice. They use, I can't think of the artist's music. They use one artist's music to do the songs, and it's good for a few, but then it kind of gets repetitive. And then the characters, but I don't remember this movie that much, but I remember it being below average, not my favorite, some people's favorites, I don't know. But let's watch Tarzan. Okay guys, so I just finished Tarzan, and I would say I'm pleasantly surprised. It was better than I remember it being. Of course there were its flaws and everything. I'm gonna start out with the music. It's very weird, because you can definitely tell they set this up to be a musical. There's like parts where it's like, this is gonna be a musical number, but then it doesn't happen, and you hear a Phil Collins song in the background. It's kind of disappointing. They almost sing like twice. They do a scatting song with like all the different human stuff, and then it could have been like a full musical number, and then the mom gorilla, she like starts singing, but then Phil Collins just goes all out. And then animation, of course, great as always. I love the character designs. The gorillas are really like uniquely like, I like their character design. The characters, there's a lot of characters. I didn't like Turk. I liked the elephant though, don't know its name. Tarzan, was very weird because the way they do it's really cool. Whenever you're in a scene that's focused on the gorillas and Tarzan, then you hear them talking and what you understand. But if you heard that from the outside, it would just sound like gorilla talk. But then when you're focusing on the humans, you hear the human talk, and the gorillas sound all weird. So it's kind of like, it's really cool how they do that. I like Jane. Jane was pleasantly surprising. I like the villains and everything. Some people don't like the villains and wish they kept it more non-human aspect, but I actually very enjoyed the human aspect. It was very great. I forgot that they went on the boat and there was any part like that. Don't remember that. Overall, I was very pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed the ending. It's very action-packed. There was parts where like I really thought could have done more. Like, he gets shot on the side with a bullet and he has like scratches, and then like there's some things, but I guess to make it still G rated, I don't know, but it was very entertaining and better than I remember it being, and like better, but yeah, just better than what I thought it would be. But yeah, that was the end of the Disney Renaissance. Okay guys, so that was the end of the Disney Renaissance films. I really enjoyed these. Of course, I left out one, but overall it was really good. There were some weird aspects. It's definitely a very diverse movies. They're not connected at all like most of the things that I watch, but they are very entertaining. This was probably have some of my favorite Disney movies in it. Some of these I remember being better than what they actually were, and some of these I expected them to be not so good, but were pleasantly surprised. So overall, I really enjoyed it, and Disney Renaissance is such a great era. Let me know in the comments if you want me to cover like the Disney Golden Age or Silver Age or any of those, or the revival. The next video, if you don't know, I'm taking a break for January, but the next video on February 1st is going to be the Disney live action movies. So that's going to be very interesting. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below any more movie suggestions, like movie series, if it's related to Disney, or just any movie series in general. But yeah, see you guys in the next video.